the Beaver game. It didn't unmute. How dare me? Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. It's good to have you guys here. Left my door slightly open so that my roommates could yell at me. At approximately 11 a.m. tomorrow, I will have my first R9 character. Heck yeah, Shack Dag. Is that like a raid reward that you're waiting on? Dude, I did like no conquest this time. I feel kind of bad, but also not really. Oh, also, guys, we got our 3 wins this week. Our all-in on defense strat actually worked really well. There's our triple win right there. So let's take a look at that real quick. Can we look at it? No, we can't look at it. Sad. Oh, cup. I see. I see, Shack Tag. But yeah. Oh, that's so helpful. And there we go. That's I only have one more Zeta on Queen Amidala and one more Omicron Queen Amidala, and this team's basically done. Then I just gotta relic them up, which they're just being done on the side. It's gonna feel so good to have those guys finally done. They've been kind of sitting around for way too long. I don't have any conquest, right? Yeah, I don't have any proving grounds. Can't get cup. I too excited. I got my Bane today. Nice. Congratulations, dude. Bane's huge. Get him up to Relic 8 as fast as you can. And yes, I do say Relic 8. I find that Relic 7 struggles against certain GLs. Can you tell that I haven't played since this morning? Dang. Okay, we did that one enough. Ooh, the Paw Patrol's coming back around. Very cool. You finally 3-starred the Malgus Proving Grounds? Heck yeah, Darth Dragonwolf. That's what I like to hear. Okay, we're gonna open up roster reviews while I do my dailies, essentially. Hey Trey, welcome. Also, big news for those of you who are members. For those of you who are interested, I have been in talks with the Beaver brother, and we are greenlit for Andor, and so we are going to do a watch party of Andor, going through the entirety of the first season, or at least attempting to, before the second season comes out later next month. So over the next 3 weeks, we'll be doing multiple watch parties, and it sounds like the first one is going to be this Friday. So those will be members only watch parties. All you need is to have access to Andor in any form, and we'll have a timer going essentially, so you can always catch up mid episode and get to right where we're at, and we'll be running commentary as we talk about the show and enjoy the show once again. So we'll be going through all of Andor as members only streams. Hey Stormpooper, welcome. Heck yeah, Vader slaps. That's what I like to hear. Dude, the Zetas from that event helped so much. Like I finished so many teams. Like I was so close to like having my off meta locked in on my account, and now it is. Now it's definitely locked in. But we're gonna start up roster reviews, and as we're waiting for everyone to sign up, I will start doing our dailies. And also, just like last time, we are trying in the next 30 days to get as many memberships as possible. So if anyone wants to jump the line, I do prefer that you drop a membership, even if it's just a $3 membership that you're gifting to someone else. That'll still count, even though it's under the $5 limit for regularly jumping the line. We are counting it during this stream, so anytime someone donates a membership, they will also get a priority roster review, because we are trying to unlock as many emojis this month as we can, so that way we have a whole bunch of permanent emoji slots for ourselves. Could you see yourself doing a watch party for all of Clone Wars? I could see myself doing a watch party for all of my favorite arcs of Clone Wars. I don't think I could sit through all of Clone Wars with you guys. I don't have that kind of time. But I'd be down to go, like, I'd go through and watch, like, the... go watch the box episodes, go through and watch the Umbara arc. I'd love to watch like my favorite arcs with you guys. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Heck yeah, Vader slaps. Very cool, Trey. I like that. Oh yeah, 100%. There's a ton of good arcs, and so it's still gonna take a long, but it's a lot less to watch overall. Oh yeah, we haven't even put out a message saying that we're live, have we? Whoops. Let's get that out real quick. Let people know before we blindside them with roster reviews are live. Oh, that was weird. My Discord was glitching there for a second. I was surprised that you guys wanted the roster review stream tonight instead of tomorrow, when we could do it earlier in the day. It might be just the people that would want it tomorrow are already asleep, just because, Europe and all that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's my favorite arc in Clone Wars, Trey. Oof, Trey, that's rough. Fair enough, Darth Dragonwolf. Not necessarily a bad thing. And hey, if we run out of roster reviews today, I don't see that as a problem at all, because we rarely hit that point. Oh, speaking of crystals. Okay, well, let's start the sign up for the roster reviews. If I buy this crystal pack, it would very obviously be enough. Okay, so here's the thing. If we buy this crystal pack right now, if someone donates 20 memberships, you buy the pack. I'll make that deal, sure. If someone donates 20 memberships, or cumulatively, if we get 20 memberships gifted during the stream, sure, I'll buy this crystal pack. Because I'm really on the fence about it. Like, it could give me a huge boost, but it's also $200 right now. Ugh. Hey, Tyler Cox, good to see you, my friend. Okay, let me do my dailies real quick. Who am I working on again right now? I think technically I need these right now. Violet Voidborn coming in with the 1 gifted membership. Thank you so much for your generosity, my friend, and congratulations to Captain Rex for becoming part of the Beaver Dam. I know that you lost your spot in the 501st after you had to turn against your brothers, so I'm glad that you have a new home here in the Beaver Dam. Coming in with another gifted membership. Thank you so much, my friend. Congratulations, BB Jesus. It's been a while since we've had BB Jesus have a membership in the Beaver Dam. Thank you so much for your generosity, my friend. 18 more memberships, and I will go buy the crystal pack. Oh, gosh. Is Corset and Omicron necessary? Not at all, Tyler. It's, like, very low priority. Very low. Like, it's okay, but it's, like, it doesn't transform it. I'd put it on the same level. Oh, goodness gracious. Violet, thank you for your unending loyalty to the Beaver Dam. You are amazing, my friend. Congratulations. SSJ Blue Crod for your membership. Thank you, Armiser. Okay, so only 17 more and we spend $200 tonight. Oh my gosh. Oh, also, really quick. Nooch made a YouTube short, I don't know if any of you saw it, that said, do not buy these Blitz packs. Do not listen to him. Buy these Blitz packs. Okay, so they're not necessarily the best deal, but they are a solid deal. Like, your highest chance is you're going to get 7 shards. 7 times 5 is 35 shards. And that lines up with just about doing a Provings Grounds, essentially. And so, like, doing a Proving Grounds refresh. So, like, it's really not a bad thing. C. Tierney, welcome to the Damn Elite, my friend. Thank you for the membership. We are now up to 4 of 20 that we need to spend $200 today. Like, these aren't like the best deal by any means, but they are a solid bang for your buck if you're looking to finish off Malgus or, you know, you're close to Ben, that type of thing. DePaunch, welcome to the Beaver Dam, my friend. And I think that was officially our 400th subscriber, or not subscriber, follower on Twitch, which is really cool. Imagine not having Malgus at R7 already. Couldn't be me. I had him at Relic 5 for so long. I upped his Relic levels like literally just only probably a month and a half ago. To be fair, he does most of what he needs to do at that level. Wow, that was a sad poll. Anyone else a year out on all proving count? Yeah, I mean, they're 22-month farms. 22? C. Tierney coming in with the tier 1 sub over on Twitch as well. We'll count that as well. So we're up to 5 of 20 so far. 100% we'll count that. Yeah, how many is it? 330 shards, so it's 320. 16 months, 17 months. Yeah, you're looking at a 17-month farm. How good is a low gear Zalbar Omi? I need to get 2 Ezra and 1 Malga, so I need to figure out my priority order. So if you already have Kanan's Legacy on Ezra and you don't have an Ahsoka, I wouldn't be super worried. Low gear Zalbar in 5v5, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how that team performs in 5v5. It's on my defense, and so at the end of this week we can check how it performs, but this is the first 5v5 that we've had that fleet, so there's not really a way that I can for sure be like, this is how it's gonna perform, unless the stuff's already out. I don't know. Is the stuff already out? Does anyone know? Is the data out? Let's see. I don't think so. I think it has to. I think it takes a while. Let's just go over to me, my profile, GAC, March 25th. Yeah, no player data, so it has not been added in yet. So it hasn't updated yet. I think it'll update by tomorrow. So. Get as much use out of Slave One before he dies. Hey, we got Slave One to survive. Sync your profile. That might kick me out of this battle. So hold on, let me finish this battle real quick first. Your opponent failed a Ray. I hate Ray mirror matches so much. I despise them. Ray versus Ray and JML versus Ray. I hate both of those battles. Those are both like bottom of my list for things that I want to do in a GAC. Okay, let's see if I can. Here we go. Sync. Okay, player synced. Yeah, I still don't have anything. Well, let's check insights and see if insights have at least updated for me. Who are we looking at? It would be Karth Lee. Defensive Omis. Yep. Okay, here's the data that we have right now. It works in both, Trey. It works in both. So that whole team is based around that whole team is based around Bosch Leia. And so the moment that you, not isolate, but exile, exile. The moment that you exile Bosch Leia, the whole team falls apart. And so you literally just have to hit the, you just have to hit the whole exile 50 stacks Purgle Swarm thing with Ezra. And then you just hit her specifically. And you literally just shut down the entire team's viability. And then you can just work your way through the team. What would you recommend? What lineup would you recommend for a 5-star executor? It's up to you. If you're using on offense, I would probably go for the triple attacker lineup that I just used. If you're on defense, I'd probably use the Houndstooth instead of the Xandu's Blood. Okay, so it looks like Malgus beats it, Riva beats it, CLS beats it. That is a big loss right there. Now let's check and see if that's a Datacron dependent. Okay, there's one that's not Datacron dependent, and that's with a mission cron. So yeah, not looking like a fantastic team. Let's see if it can be beaten by like. Did anyone try Veers? Yeah. Yeah. It stops Wampa, it looks like. Did anyone try a Kylo solo? No, no one tried a Kylo solo. I'd assume the Kylo solo doesn't work against this team anymore. There you go, Harold Wang coming in with the personal experience. Dark side messes up the Omi. Okay, so we want this lineup. Hold on. Okay, here we go. CLS is 12%. Now we're looking good. Okay, this is the comp that I was thinking of, not Canderous. My bad. Okay, so Gas is only a 47% win. Is a turn meter train team, so Tuscans makes sense. Riva drops down to a 70%. Bad Batch is a 1%. Night Sisters is 50%. Wampa's even lower. Okay, yeah. I think it's a solid team. Like, it's definitely one of those threshold teams. You know, I'm talking about so, you know, we talk about these threshold teams where they're difficult until you hit a certain power level, and then anything over that power level beats it. And it looks like it's one of those teams. And so anything that's like over a certain power threshold is going to beat it. But overall, that's solid. Like that's some expensive stuff being thrown at this to make this work. Like having to throw Gungans that can kill GLs, Malgus that can beat basically any team in the game, Treya that can beat GLs and any team in the game. Like Tuscans look like the only budget counter in here that's like, I'm like, oh, this looks good. Let's check Veers real quick just to make sure that Veers is cut out. Because if Veers isn't cut out, then it's problematic. Yeah, 0% down the row. Malik Solo is 17%. That's probably behind my head, so you couldn't see it. But yeah, it's like a 17 or an 18%. No, not like Mon Mothma or Bad Batch, because like Mon Mothma, if you don't have the right comp, can be soloed, and even with the right comp, it could still be wampa'd. Unless it's Luthen, of course, and then Luthen, it becomes a GL killer, and so it's much better than what we're talking about. Bad Batch, you can kill it with Imperial Troopers. Way too easy to take out. So this team's kind of like in that area of like Grand Inquisitor to Trench. So it's in that area of like, you know, they're good enough that they're going to do some solid work for you, and they're going to stop traditional counters, and so people have to think about it a bit, but they're not quite like they're not good enough to be like actually necessarily in the meta. But like it looks like a really solid team just to make people waste things on, especially if you bought the Lightspeed bundles. This is a full relic team. You don't have to put any work into them, and you instantly have a good solid defensive team. So, and in 3v3, that Omicron's absolutely busted. So I think that this is a solid team overall. Yeah, it looks like it's like a 50-50, although to be fair, these are 0% because they're breaking up synergy here because they're not smart. So I wouldn't ignore that. So it looks like Enoch works. So you're with and without Malicos? Can we just hold on? And then we'll exclude Malicos. There's not a single battle without Malicos. Looks like it wins across the board. Malicos is too good of a team to, like, especially because Malicos has an anti-revive. It's too good of a team to lose to this, honestly. The fact that this comp has only a 66% win rate, that feels like a misplay or something. Hey, Lumar, welcome, my friend. But yeah, overall, looks like a really solid team. Definitely, I think, worth an Omicron. I mean, I really enjoyed it. If you would join us. Lumar coming in with the Prime sub. That is 6 of our 20 memberships we're trying to get today. And if we hit that 20, I will spend the $200 and buy that crystal bundle that's out right now. Yeah, 7 months. Heck yeah, Lumar. What about the Wookiees with the Omicron? Oh, you mean like the Wookiees with the Zalbarcron? Tarful with Zalbar with the Kron. CLS beats it. Bad Batch beats it. It's not great. That's instantly like, this isn't good. Adrads beats it. Bounty Hunters beats it. Which this already was like the go-to counter for these guys. Yeah. I don't think that throwing it in this team is nearly as good as throwing it in the Old Republic. Old Republic feels like it cuts out a lot more counters. Phoenix 3-star, the speed mod tier 3 challenge at level 71. Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Now that like everyone has like a Captain Rex and like he's easy to farm, it's just like, it's so good. Do you think it's better than Malgus's Lightning Cron? Yeah, I think the Malgus Lightning Omicron is very, it's not transformative. It's not. It's very much like you can put it on if you want. It's on the same level as like Kersantin and like Ben's other Omicrons, where it's just like, sure, if you want to. So. Okay, let me finish my daily so we can hop into roster reviews. I should have put out some feelers, and I should have had people that used the Omicron or went up against the Omicron send me some footage of it so I could make a video. Let me see if anyone has any. Because I didn't see any of them. Because if I can get a little bit of footage, if someone has some footage of it, I would love to make a video and kind of show it off a bit and talk about these stats, because I'm actually really surprised with it, how impressive it's going. Does Malgus's Omi help his ship? I thought the only Omicron that helped a ship was Profunity's Omicron. I thought all of their Omicrons didn't affect ships. Oh, I agree, Lumar. One good marquee in the Wookiees will be great. footage of the Zalbar Omicron. The Karth Zalbar team. Level 8 upgrades regardless of Zetas or Omis helps ships. Interesting. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Loaf. DM me and I will send you a Google Drive that you can drop it in. Hey, Bones, do you happen to have any footage of going up against the Karth Zalbar Kron? Just to see if you would make a reaction vid based on your predictions versus what raid info dropped. I didn't. I mean, we streamed and talked about it, and I'm super pumped, and I'm definitely spending way too much money on it. But yeah, didn't really make a reaction video, just because news videos don't do very well because everyone goes to Arnold for the news, and so like it's hard to make news videos because people don't watch them. Why watch the Beaver when you have no choice? You have to watch the Arnold Hollow Knight news. That was a really weird sound. It's raining outside really hard. Tarples is the next login character. Gearing up for a Gungan Lightspeed bundle. Lord Vader has become my next GL, yeah, because like, so I'm getting Profundity, not, not today, obviously, but next month. And then Leviathan, I'm getting halfway through next month. I will have the Quadmate team done by the end of the month, next month. And so that'll be like the last 2 farms that I had on my list. And then I was going to go straight into Leia and then JMK. But now I'm going straight into Lord Vader. So that's happening. Hey, ADP, welcome, my friend. It's better take Jolie out or Juhani. Sorry, just trying to see where I can split my Jedi. In a perfect world, you want both. So the reason that you want both, let's go over to the, we want the Zalbar Omicron. This could be Old Republic. Zalbar Omicron. Here we go. Whenever another ally taunts, they dispel it, take a bonus turn, gain 400% offense stacking until the end of the encounter at the start, or the start of the Galactic Legends turn. And so what this is basically saying is if you have Juhani on the team, you get a 400% offense boost and bonus turns. If you don't have Juhani, you don't get this. And so very, very helpful. Definitely suggest, doing that. And then if Jolie Bindo is an ally, that looks pretty bad. Revives all defeated allies instead of all Jedi, so that it'll revive the entire team. These bonuses persist as Dalvar is defeated. So having both on the team is kind of vital. And so I wouldn't suggest splitting up those Jedi at all. We've been going over the data for it. It looks like it's one of those like trench area teams where like it stops like gas, it stops some like solid teams. It stops CLS. It can't get walked over by any of like the easy offensive teams. But anything over a certain power level beats it. And like the easy counter for it is Tuskens. So it looks like it's a fairly good team for like low tier GAC up until about probably a Rhodium. It'll do still pretty good things, and then Kyber, you're still probably going to start getting less and less returns out of it. So. Yeah, I mean, if someone's using a GL, then they've paid a... Yeah, you won that battle right there. You know, we all Dark Side Troopers might as well. Yeah, exactly. What's crazy is I think within the next 2 months, I think by June, we're going to be in Kyber 1. We just pushed into Kyber 2, and our last week, we 100% just destroyed our opponents. Like, we didn't have a single one where they full cleared us. Because we're going for a full defensive roster, essentially. So I've got Rey on defense, I've got Ahsoka on defense, SLKR and Jabba on defense. And then I'll be dropping Quadme on defense this next GAC. And I'm just going hugely defensive, and it's getting holds. And then, of course, as soon as I get Profundity and Leviathan, they're both going on defense because I already have the off-meta built for offense. And so I just need a better defense. And so then my fleet defense is going to be gross. So I think we're going to get in Kyber 1 by January. Or by June. Is there any non-Jedi teams that Hoda can go in for his training buff? He technically can be a plug and play anywhere. I used to use him with like solo Kylo Ren and solo characters like that, but at least Kanan's Legacy Commander Lex, at least. Absolutely, ADP. If we face each other, we're absolutely streaming it. Will you be buying the Cup Lightspeed bundle? If it actually does come out, I have said, and I will be doing this, and I'll probably do it live on stream. We are going to join a beginner guild that's doing like light side Hoth and dark side Hoth, like beginning guild. And I'm going to gift everyone in the guild a Cup Lightspeed bundle. And so they're not going to have any Relic characters but a Relic 9 Cup, and I think that's going to be hilarious. So we will be joining a random guild and doing that and making a video out of it for fun. GLA on defense or offense in Kyber 3? It depends. If you have a way of getting through GL Ahsoka Tano, like you have a Sith Eternal and a Bane, then like I would probably do defense. But if you're seeing a lot of GL Ahsoka Tanos, then I'd keep Leia for offense if you don't have another counter for it. Cup Lightspeed bundle is $5. Then yeah, I would throw her on defense for now until you start seeing Glats. I don't feel comfortable. Hold on, I want to see this. Let's get rid of sound just in case he has like sound on in the game. Okay, so this is the 80% counter. And he says he doesn't feel comfortable. Big shout out to Storm for sending me this. Is it just like a timeout risk because of Jolie? Is that why? I feel like almost I'd want to auto this. On a Gidme team specifically, Oopstead. Not so much on a Padme team. Oh, we gotta support him. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a timeout risk for the for the Jolie. Yeah, Wampa is a no-go for this team. But this is the 80% counter that we were seeing. This is the best counter for the team that's not expensive. I may have to buy my first Lightspeed bundle. So, Lumar, if you have the Marin counter, it actually works better when they have the Krons out there because it kills off the it kills off your team faster because they can't heal. And so it actually works fairly well. I really haven't had many problems using the Marin counter against the Jabakron. Ooh, Flumar. Okay, so it works. It's just, it's a timeout risk, it looks like. It looks like it's something you have to pay attention to, and you have to kill Zalbar first, and then, like, get Jolie under stun, and then go all in on Jolie. It may not work with a really well-modded Karth team. I don't know. It looks like in Kyber.
I intend to rule with respect. I will teach you how to ride.
It's an 85% win rate with 134 battles. So I don't feel like it's... I don't know. I don't feel like it's necessarily that much of a risk with a well-modded team. Maybe none of these are good modded, but I feel like when we're looking at Kyber stats and there's 134, some of this has to be like, you know, top players testing it out. Like, that's a Relic 8 Zalbar right there. Well, I mean, that's a one battle to show with Scion. I don't know what that is, though. Scion even died.
It matters to people thinking you're dead. I am Boba Fett.
It's over 50 days ago. It's every 3 months. I think next month is the 1-year anniversary, though, Noser. And so it should be introduced to the legendary, like the journey guide this next month. Let me double check. Let's see. April was the kit reveal. May. So it's going to be about a month and 2 days. So you're looking at about a month and 2 days. So May 2nd is the anniversary. So you will be getting yourself a permanent Jar Jar event starting then. You forgot about what? Oh, Jar Jar? Hold on, I gotta drop this. Okay. Oh, the stream. Yes, we are doing a roster review stream today. Although we still haven't gotten to roster reviews, and we've kind of been sitting here for a while because we've been discussing new stuff. That. Let's buy that. And then... Sure, why not? Buy that. Okay. Oh, dang. I need to make sure that I do my territory wars today. I realized I haven't done any of it. Oh, shit. I got my alarm book. Poopers. Do you think we'll get the raid before Mace Windu's released? Yes. Yes. Yes, we will. Yes. Because starting in May, right? Yeah, starting in May, we'll get 2 characters a week. And then June is the tentative start date of the raid, and that's subject to change and most likely will be pushed back. And so June would be about when we're getting Mace Windu. So, like, there's a chance we get Mace Windu at the same time the raid opens, but most likely we'll get Mace Windu beforehand. Right? April, May, June. Yeah. We love our damn Overlord. With the current fleet meta, do you still think it's worth crystal refreshing for profundity? Yes. If you don't have anywhere else you're spending your crystals, yeah. Like it's still a meta fleet. It's gonna get a lifter eventually. It still is only really beat by other meta fleets. Besides that, it's still one of those battles it's one of my least favorite battles to go in against. Because, like, yes, like 3 different fleets beats it, but all 3 fleets are dependent on you having TIE bombers. So if you use one and it fails, you're basically screwed out of taking down the profundity without using a GL ship. So I still think it's worth it personally. But it's only if you don't have other places to spend your crystals. So, like, I'm going to do it because I don't have any other place to spend my crystals. Last couple Relic 7 singles had such a tough grind. Yeah, fair, Narwhal. Yeah, I'm right there with you. My, not allies. My journey guide is looking like... Nope. Characters. I need a Relic 7 Sith Trooper, so 2 more Relic levels on him, and then I need a Relic 7 my HK, and I'm done with my Leviathan requirements, and all I'm waiting on is signal data. We were talking about Profundity, not Executor. Would we say Profundity is the best 4-star ship out of the 3? Yes. Ooh, it's actually... It's dependent. I don't know much about Leviathan since the buff. The buff to Dorito, I've heard, has made the 4-star Leviathan good, but I don't know how good, because it's still not going to, like, do a whole lot itself. and I think it's mostly a TIE Dorito carrying. So I feel like Profundity still takes that spot, but I don't have the experience with Leviathan to comment. Yes, but with the TIE Dorito, it actually shuts down the typical negotiator counter I used to use, unless you get like actually Relic Bad Batch. There is a line for roster reviews. We were doing our dailies and got distracted for a bit, but we do have a line. And then anyone who donates a membership or buys a membership from themselves, we are giving a priority roster review to, because we are trying to get as many memberships this month as we can to get as many emoji slots for our members as possible. We've already unlocked, I think, 4 so far this month, and I want to shoot for at least 1 or 2 more. And also, as a side note, I did agree to, if we hit 20 memberships during the stream, which we are at 15 current, or we are at 5 of 20, so we need 15 more. I did say that I would buy the $200 crystal pack. Yeah, I just been on defense when it comes to the negotiator, because it's basically just you kind of sit there forever and die eventually. You say that, Von Rad, but there's the assault battle. So like, yeah, Glat herself didn't get one, but the 3 of her marquees did. Okay, let's hop into our roster review list. For those of you who haven't done roster reviews with us before, let's get the Discord link into the chats. There you go. Okay, we got our Miser first. Yeah, I mean, either way, you're still going to try and push your GL ships to 7 stars as fast as you can. Because if you try to do it naturally, what is that? 2 years and a month? If I'm doing my math right? To just get a 7-star ship? Right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. For our non-paid roster reviews, we will be using our timer. This might be trying out the strat, because he has the other 2. This is probably the strat where you make it so that way punishing one doesn't gain stealth, and so you gun down punishing one to start. I'm not a big fan of this opening, but I've heard that if you can get the, turns right, it works really well. Agreed, Bones. I think they need to at least double up on the amount of shards that you can get from GL ships. Okay, our Miser currently getting Steer and JKCK to Relic 7 for Zepho. Okay, you're going for Zepho ready. Recently unlocked Jabba, taking a big break from GL farms. I mean, after Jabba is a great time to take that break from GL farms. Work on relic levels. JKR, Darth Revan, Zori, Poncho Bros, as well as finishing some ships. The next journey I'm going to do is Grand Inquisitor. Do you have a Reva currently in your account? Are you close to Reva, or is your guild just pushing for Reva ready as well? Or do you feel bad because your guild is Reva ready and you haven't done it? Mommy Mando, Profundity Rex. I like the fact that you're sticking to the Rebel Trinity. I think taking a break is a solid idea, and anyone that's hit this point where they have a couple GLs, and a lot of them are Lightspeed bundle GLs after Jabba getting to this spot. This is like the perfect time to clear out some of those teams down here, especially like you have a JML, get that Jedi Knight Revan up. You know, you bought the Nicer bundle, get that Marin up. You know, you have definitely stuff down here to fix, and I think that you're doing good by taking time to do it. After Zephyr ready, guild will be Reaver ready. If you get Reaver ready first, I might suggest you switch guilds, honestly. It's incorrect at this point anyways, Lumar. It needs to be edited by Grax, which Grax is asleep at this time because, you know, right now it's, what, probably like 6 in the morning for Grax right now, maybe 5 in the morning. But yeah, overall, I don't have much to add to your farming plan besides like Jedi Knight Revan is a must-have and should be like top of your list out of all of those, just because you have the rest of it done. You already have like the Jedi Master Luke, which is like the penultimate piece of Jedi Knight Revan, where you can then start breaking it into multiple different teams. So yeah, Armiser, I think that's a solid idea, especially with you looking towards like Mommy Mando as well. If you can get like Zepho ready and then Reva ready and then just reach out to a guild and be like, hey, you guys are Mando ready. I am working on Mando ready, and do the same kind of thing that a new player does where they're like, hey, I'm getting Want ready Geos. Can I join and get into a guild like that? I think you'll do great. You won't have to worry about Kyrotex nearly as much. You're going to be getting tons of Reva shards, and you won't be pressured on like winning Reva battles. It'll be, you can take it at your own pace and like get it right after the first couple, versus, you know, a fresh guild who's trying to push it really hard all together, where they all have to learn together. So I think it'll be a decent thing to do for your account. Grax has been slacking lately. To be fair, Grax, I believe, did quit playing this game. I'm almost positive Grax quit playing this game. So he only watches my streams because he likes watching me. And so I see him more on my PP streams than I see him on my main streams nowadays for that reason. I'm liking where your Jabba the Hutt's going. Keep working on it. Over 500 speed. Not quite over the 10,000 damage. You're close, though. I would like to see a little bit more damage, but I don't... You're close enough that I don't think it super matters. Your top character's 340. That's solid. But that is a harsh fall off from 340 down to, what is that, 276? Yeah, that's a pretty harsh fall off. So yeah, mod depth is definitely something this account struggles with. It looks like you know who should be fast, which is good. Cat, is there any of these mods that are good? Yeah, that one right there. Let's see. Any other good ones? No, just that one. This one, go put it on someone else, dude. You don't have, like, yes, you have Rey, but you don't even have the Zeta on Commander Ahsoka Tano's unique. And even then, that's literally just stat sharing, and she doesn't need to be fast at that point. It's really only if you have her insta-kill and you're trying to pull off insta-kill shenanigans that you want her fast. And so, like, until you either get JMK and you throw the Zetas on her, stuff like that, it really doesn't matter for this character to be fast. So go ahead and just throw this right here on whatever character it could use to more speed. But yeah, it looks like you have a pretty good idea of who should be fast, which is good. First order officer's faster than Hux. You've got like the turn meter trained characters or controller characters up here at the top. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Jedi Knight Revan, I'd like to see you know, farther along. Lumar coming in with the 200 biddies. I'm sorry, my friend, it is 500 biddies for a skip. I apologize, but we have upped the price. That was why I said the message is incorrect, because we started getting way too many paid for roster reviews, and so we upped the price to $5 US just to make it so that way we'd have more time for free roster reviews. But I appreciate the 200 bits. Yeah. Well, the Discord, so I have updated, we'll just delete the pinned message. Because we have a section in the Discord called how to get a roster review now. And so because no one looked at the pinned message, no one ever looked at that. And so people just kept messaging in here. So we made it a whole area for how to get a roster review, just so that way it's easier for people to find. Hey, Cameron Chumway, welcome. AJ, good to see you. Does that still apply with Darkside Ray? Well, yeah, obviously, it's still going to be the fastest way to get to Ultimate, but like it's not nearly as important because Darkside Ray can do basically everything that she needs to do without them doing that. But it's just an extra layer of doing good and making it so that way you can guarantee the win. So it's not going to harm your roster by any means to have it that way even after Darkside Ray. For roster reviews, it's gifted. Yes, today only. Yes. So today only if you gift a membership, which will cost you $3 instead of the regular $5 for a roster review, you will get a roster review if you gift a membership or purchase your own membership, and you'll become, you know, on the top of the list. So. Cheers, my extra. Okay. Just making sure I'm caught up on chat real quick before we move on. But yeah, so great account, dude. I'm a little worried for your ships, but you already said you're taking a break, so make sure you focus down your ships, because I am seeing things like the Echelon not finished, TDC not finished, the Separatist fleet not finished, all that kind of stuff. Gift memberships, guys, is pretty cool. 2 months as a member, Cameron. Heck yeah. Yes, Violet the Voidborn, I will allow that. Lumar, you are going to go next because Violet did gift some memberships, and he wants to give you one of the priority roster reviews. Let's see. Yes, Violet, you can, since you did donate 3. Let's see. We got... Yeah, of course, Armiser. It's funny because on accounts that are doing good, I feel bad about giving roster reviews to because I have less to say about them. I don't have like a whole bunch of like, you need to do this, you need to change what you're doing here, or any of that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, do what you're doing and then fix these couple mod things, fix these couple ship things. And so honestly, they actually kind of feel a little worse for me just because I feel like I'm not doing as much for you, but hopefully they help. Hey, sheesh. I don't know if my mic would even pick that up. Nice, Cameron. Okay, let's see. Lumar, are you in the Discord right now? Lumar. There's Lumar. Got quite the list today. Okay, Lumar just got performing today. Congratulations, my friend. We got a sound for that. Oh, interesting. Dude, Windows 11 completely destroyed like my entire setup. Okay, with the new raid stuff announced, wondering what to work on in the meantime if you agree with my plan below. Thinking of getting Gungans to R7 to make my life easier on extended raid. Is your guild pushing for another crate? Or is your guild relying on you to get max score to get your crate? That is the only 2 reasons why I would consider upping your relic levels on Gungans this late in the game. Because, like, yeah, you're going to be able to use them in a rote, but they're not going to be that helpful until some other reason for them coming into the game is here. So I don't know if I could actually say yes to a Relic 7 Gungan team. I'm in Kyber 2 right now. It's Mary J. Just wait a day for the raid to end, Cameron. Oh gosh. They are. I'm just tired of doing Quad Bay max run and banging my head against that wall. Do you need to max run your Quad May? Is your guild like pushing you for that? Or are you fine with just dropping not a max run? Like, I don't know. I could try going for a max run for my B2 team, and it would take me like 10 tries, but I don't care that much, and so I go for like a 70% run every time. I don't know. It's just not something that's... You could drop the 3.1 or 2.6 technically, yeah. So honestly, yeah, I wouldn't invest more into the raid if your guild's not pushing for a new box. If your guild's like my guild's pushed for the next box, and so you know we pushed a little bit extra into our thing because we were really close to the next box just by natural occurrence of people getting like quad maze and that type of thing in their roster. And so we just got the next box, and I'm upgrading my quad may, and that's going to give me a third team, and that third team will get me, you know, get the last little bit we need to guarantee that box every time. So, you know, I'm putting some work into quad may for sure for my own stuff, but also for my guild. But like, unless you're pushing for a new box and you're like close to a new box, it doesn't feel worth it. It is a lot easier now, ADP, you are correct. CR Sonic, it depends on if you're willing to spend on, like, if you're doing proving grounds refreshes, then like I'd consider it. But if you're spending money, I wouldn't do it. Because if you're spending money to do it, that's like what, $35, $40 of crystals, something like that. It's not going to be exactly 40. It's going to be, because 40 is 5,600. So it's going to be about like $30 to $35 worth of crystals. Whereas if you spent that $30, you could get the Conquest Pass Plus, and then you get an additional Proving Grounds for all of the Proving Grounds. So if you're spending crystals and doing Proving Grounds refreshes, then I would say consider it on whichever one you feel like you need more. But otherwise, if you're spending money, I'd just go for go for the Conquest Pass Plus instead. Invest in the new raid now. I'm curious what people are going to push for it, because we don't have any of the free-to-play stuff like defined yet. Like maybe the Inquisitorius is going to be the free-to-play friendly farm for people for the new raid, because they're, you know, connected to the killing of the Jedi. Who knows what it's going to be right now? Because right now all we know is it's going to be the new characters plus the Bad Batch, essentially the new Bad Batch, and so none of that's easy to get to really. And I don't want to farm the new Bad Batch, but I'm also spending to get the new troopers. So, and in the count this far along, I could see you building for the new raid and like starting to farm up the Bad Batch characters 100%. And Mary J, I will allow that because I think it's hilarious. I bet Tarkin has a dude. He better still have the ultimate dab bones. You better be right. He better have the ultimate bones. No problem, Mary J. How much are you getting now in the raid? Me, I am only getting 3 million in the raid. I get about 3.3 right now. That was before Quad Bay. Ooh, heck yeah, Trey. I'll try for it. I wouldn't like go into crazy, you know, amount of crystal spending, but go ahead and try. Goofy Tyler, welcome to the Beaver Dam, my friend. Don't beavers love pine cones? Why do you say Quad May like she's a jock? Is there like... How do you want me to say it? Quadme? It's Qua from Queen, and then it's Padme, so Quadme. There was a lot worse names that we could have gone with for her. Quadme is just the lesser of all the evils. There were so many bad names for those characters. I'm still partial to Pay to Win for Padawan Obi-Wan, because he was the first one that had the Datacron, as well as he had the Omicron. So Pay to Win, and then Quancho, because it's just Poncho Qui-Gon. Those were my two favorites for them. You said like your tricep, but quad, when your quads is literally another set of muscles. Are you doing okay, Bones? Bible discussion study meeting Ray. Interesting. I've always called her Dr. Dre because I think it's hilarious because she has fear mechanics. So Darth Revan, Doctor, and then Darkseid Ray. So Dr. Dre is music artist. I love that name. Got back to Squigo a few months ago because of Arnold T101 and Nooch. Glad I found you now so I can continue to watch and learn. Heck yeah, Goofy Tyler. Love to have you, my friend. Not to toot my own horn, but I have the best guides. Did you not know that BDSM stands for Bible Discussion Study Meetings? That's the only thing it could possibly stand for. There's nothing else that stands for. Quamidala? I hate that, Robomelon. I hate that so much. I don't get... Explain in Swigo terms. I don't know how to explain that in Swigo terms, Trey. What is Hondo's ability called? Yes. It's as if two consenting adults use Hondo's captive ability for fun times. Oh gosh. Sign me up for Bible discussion study meeting. Gosh. Anyways, let's get back to Lumar's. You've won a pizza. Let's get back to Lumar's roster review. Yeah. Oh gosh. Crumb stated in an interview that they have a 30-year plan for this game. So does every high school student. Not a single one of them go the way they want to. But that's cool that they have a solid plan going forward. Please, no one spell it out in chat. Someone can DM him and tell him if they want to, but don't put it in chat. Mostly because I'm pretty sure that some of those words are no words for Twitch. Great Ufu tree. Speaking of the topics that we have right now, So my Ray team is all based around online force users, and I love making funny names for my squads. And so, of course, my Ray team is named Ooh Woo Ooh Foo. But anyways. Now I'm unfollowing. You're welcome, Mary J. Gosh. Anyways, getting back to this roster review. So, we talked you out of the Gungans. Finishing at the Sith trio, Savage, Darth Talon. Okay, do you think her Omicron is worth it? I like it, but it's definitely a luxury Omicron. It does give her quite a bit more damage, and I've seen her hit her pretty freaking hard because of it. Is it strictly necessary? I don't think so. It's kind of in your hands. I feel like it's a little bit better. Like, I put it on the same area as like for Mandalore, where it's kind of like it's not the must-have, but it's really solid. It's not like this one's a complete luxury. This one's a complete luxury, like where you really don't need this. But like, you know, this one it's gonna be solid for the team, but it's not gonna be like priority. Kind of that in between. Can I ask what part of the acronym is banned? I don't know. There's a lot of words that are banned on Twitch. Lots. Like a seriously large amount due to certain flare-ups during 2020 of new streamers that involved women. And so because of that, a lot of words got banned on Twitch. And so we have to be a little careful with a lot of those. Dude, never have I less wanted to watch an Arnold stream than when he would play Skibbity Toilet while doing the Magma Trooper battles. I would stop watching the stream every time. I just can't do it, Bones. Okay, Lumar, I swear we'll get to the end of your roster review. I may die doing this roster review, but we're gonna get through your roster review. Oh gosh. Are you excited? Are they making a movie, Zai? No. Flint and Steel. Oh gosh, I just saw a post that was like the the Hollywood casting for the Legend of Zelda movie, and it was like Tom Holland for Link, Zendaya for Zelda, and then like the king was Jack Black. And then Ganondorf. Oh, who was Ganondorf with Josh Groban? I was like, this is just nope. No. Oh gosh. Too much aura for me. Is Link not Zelda? Oh gosh. Minecraft movie thoughts? Well, Asteroid Mech gave us his thoughts while we played Star Wars The Old Republic yesterday, and was like, I'm gonna be pretty hammered when I go to see that movie. I don't know if I'm gonna go see it, I'm gonna be honest. I am Steve. The way he delivers those lines, it's so bad. It's like the same energy as like way back when in like the 90s. I say way back when in the 90s when there's, you know, people in here that are like, oh yeah, I was in my 20s during the 90s. So I apologize to those of you who are that way, and I say way back in the 90s because I wasn't born in the 90s. I was born in the 90s, but I wasn't alive for the 90s essentially. But, you know, you'd have those movies where they'd say the name of the movie and they always do like a dramatic pause and then they'd say the movie. And Jack Black in every single one of those has delivered his lines with the same take a second and then say it dramatically. And it's like, this is not working. This is terrible. Like, this is so bad. The saxoboom. Yes, I love that clip of him with the saxoboom. Oh gosh. Okay. Eventually we'll get through this. Okay, improvisation Omicron trail. Then doing Imp Troopers. Finally you're doing Imp Troopers, dude. Kind of late. I'm thinking we're on announced characters for the raid. At least one's up to GL Rex to be efficient. For example, Tarkin, Shock, Plo, Ayla. Thoughts? Well, you know, obviously we're going to be able to use the Jedi Vanguard faction. It would only make sense to be able to use the Jedi Vanguard faction. So yeah, I think going for the ones that'll lead to a GL, I think are an excellent idea. I'm hoping that Tarkin with some low gear troopers is going to be a solid team for the raid. That's what I'm kind of hoping for a good like new player thing, because a lot of people want the new troopers, and so if we could use like a low gear troopers to get a good score in the raid, like even if it's just like you can get a full 300, you know, that's all I'm hoping out of it, is getting a full 300 at tier 1. That'll at least help people get started in the raid. So you know, not too bad of a thing, but like, yeah, until we get more information, what I would suggest is, rather than pushing super hard for characters for the raid, I would instead do the light speed bundle farming idea, where you farm up the gear that you would need for those characters, and then you don't apply it until you need it. And so that way, if they end up being something good, you can push into it. If they don't, and there's an easier option, you can push that gear into the other team that's the easier option. So... wants the character Ben. I have no idea who that is. I'd be down for some Ben Quadraneros though. You know, where I can get some damn bait. We do sell easy meat on our merch store. You know, it's just like easy cheese, except it's like spam-like. It's delicious. We have seasonal flavors, including tofurkey, for those of our vegan friends, as well as we do have turducken during the Thanksgiving time. So keep an eye out for that. Easy meat coming to a store near you. And no, I have no idea what you're talking about, Mary J. I love turducken. I've never actually had a turducken. It's on my list. It always has been. Like, I've always wanted to have a turducken. Congratulations, Age. Mine's still sitting at Gear 1. Sounds good, King of All. You have a great night. Like, Mary J, I want to look up these two things that you've said in chat, but I feel like both of them I'm going to find something that's not okay. So I'm kind of worried. You have a great night, King of All. Thank you, my friend. Okay, we're going to take a quick look at your mods. I assuming... Oh, actually, your mods are looking a little rough. Drogon being 302. I feel like you need to hard focus your mods, dude. Your mods are looking a little shabby. Like, your fleets are looking like they're worked on and they're in a solid spot. Your farms are looking fairly good. You're taking some time and finishing some of your smaller farms. Your mods are what I'm Yeah, I don't know what WIP means, but there's way too many acronyms in this game for me to keep track of real acronyms as well. But yeah, okay, you're doing 2 refreshes a day, so you're at least focusing on it. Sweet. As long as you're doing that, then I'm happy. Who's better lead, DTMG or Enoch from Imperial Remnant? I like Enoch better. It requires less to get. You can use a team that's basically all Lightspeed bundle characters. And it gets you an assault battle. DTMG, it's just a so-so team. Like, it's good enough, but there's enough counters for it that it's not really great. Both teams are kind of like in that same kind of area. Like, I'd say that both are a little above Trench. Like, they're not absolute doo-doo, but they're very Datacron dependent, I feel like. If you have like a good Datacron, DTMG can kill GLs. If you have a good Datacron, Enoch can kill GLs. But outside of that, it's a little bit more rough. WIP means work in progress, bruh. There you go, yeah. Did you guys know CG's rewriting the rules for Sugo how the game works? To learn more, look up Star Wars Rule 34. Have you guys seen the YouTube short where they actually got Arnold with that? Like, it was one of the first videos I ever saw of Arnold, and I laughed so hard. Like, that poor man. Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta be really careful searching this up for obvious reasons. But because I want nothing nothing less. How do I say this? I do not want to see Arnold T101 Rule 34. That is the last thing that I want to see right now. I love this content creator, but not in that way. He made it into a YouTube short. Oh, hold on. Do I got volume?
34. Someone pulled the book. What's Rule 34?
Ah.
We're in the finals. Padme Bear Soka, is this the Rule 34? Someone pulled the book. What's Rule 34? Omega Bot's gonna make me look like an idiot if I don't know what Rule 34 is. Hold on. I got this. Okay. Rule 34. Oh. Hey, you learn something new every day, am I right? Padme Bear Soka, is this the...
Oh, he did not look it up on his screen. He put it on a side screen and looked it up. He did not show it on his screen. That would have been so bad. But yeah, he did look it up live and then go, oh, you learn something new every day. Oh gosh. Peridia Bros under DTMG. They're supremely okay under DTMG. They don't do that much. Like Enoch does pretty good under that, but the bros kind of work better with like Great Mothers are under their own team with Enoch. Wait till someone gets nuked with it. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised you guys don't know about that, though. Oh, wait, hold up. What is this? Oh, hold on. I gotta read this. Okay. Thank you for sending this to me, Bones. I'm reading this right now on stream. I don't care what any of you say. I need to read this. So, we've had a little leak in Star Wars overall about a Star Wars strategy game coming soon, and apparently there's a little bit more information that just came out. So, breaking news, a first glimpse into the eagerly awaited Star Wars strategy game has surfaced, set during the tumultuous Clone Wars era, developed by Bit Reactor. Well, hold on, what's Bit Reactor? Does anyone know what Bit Reactor's done in the past? Bit Reactor. Yeah, Bit Reactor game. Yes, you're doing your Star Wars stuff. Well, I want to know what other games you've done. XCOM, Civilization, Gears of War, Elder Scrolls Online. Oh gosh, I am really hoping this is essentially Total War Star Wars. So XCOM, I've never played an XCOM game. I've got a buddy who really wants me to get into it, and so I've been looking into XCOM. But okay, this turn-based strategy game combines iconic Star Wars storytelling with a deep tactical gameplay. The leaked images hint at a rich narrative featuring Mandalorian leader Bo-Katan. Mommy Mandalore's in it. Clone Wars heroes potentially aligning with the Siege of Mandalore's fierce battles. Gameplay details reveal a strategic layer reminiscent of XCOM, where players maneuver their squad through an isometric battlefield. So kind of like Rogue Tech or BattleTech, or like old mech games, the old mech tabletops, that kind of stuff that it's all based off of. This game allows for free motion within strategic boundaries. Interesting. Enhancing realism and tactical flexibility. The inclusion of an Overwatch feature. Oh, so like a top-down kind of thing, where characters can cover areas during the enemy. Or no, I'm unsure what this Overwatch feature means. We'll figure it out. Where characters can cover areas during the enemy's turn, adds another layer of depth to the combat system. Visuals from the leaks showcase a blend of detailed environments and character models that faithfully represent Star Wars universe during the Clone Wars. The interface suggests a user-friendly yet complex command system likely to appeal to both newcomers and seasoned strategists. Anticipation is building within the Star Wars community and among strategy gamers, with the official reveal slated for the upcoming Star Wars Celebration in Japan. So we'll get more information on May the 4th. This game promises to deliver a unique blend of tactical gameplay and rich storytelling, potentially setting a new benchmark for strategy games within the Star Wars franchise. Stay tuned for more updates with this exciting title approaching. Interesting. Yeah, I've never played an XCOM game, so I don't know how this will play at all. It looks really interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, Bones. That's interesting. Elder Scrolls Online is a blast. I can't get into MMOs. I need to get back into Elder Scrolls Online. I've played it for like literally 5 minutes. Overwatch is basically a reaction attack. Okay. Good resume. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just like Swago, Violet. You're gonna feel at home. Yeah, 97% chance to hit. You're gonna miss. What does tumultuous mean? Crazy. Lots of things going on. Okay, so it's essentially an attack of opportunity, if anyone knows D&D. Massively multiplayer online games. So Elder Scrolls Online, World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Technically Destiny is a loot and shoot MMO. Star Wars D&D? Yeah, dude, if you guys want to play Star Wars D&D and you know D&D 5e, there's a thing called Star Wars 5e. It's just a website that you can go to, and they have a full rule set and everything. I did a campaign for like 6 months in it, and it was a lot of fun. The space combat's a little iffy. I'd avoid space combat for the most part because they pulled it from a really complex system, and I didn't like it. And so I completely reworked the rules for my own party. But really enjoyed it. So it's built specifically for the Knights of the Old Republic area, but it can be used in any area of the Star Wars universe. For instance, our campaign all took place a year after Order 66 and was basically helping set up the Underground Railroad for Jedi. And so all of the players were people who witnessed Order 66 that were either Jedi or working with the Jedi at the time of Order 66. We're done with the roster review at this point, Cameron. Do some Star Wars 5e, that'd be sick, dude. Yeah, if I was more comfortable, that like, I've gotten a lot more comfortable with being in front of people and doing stuff in front of people, obviously because I stream now, but I'm a very self-conscious person. And like D&D has been one of those things that's been rough for me. I have never been more self-conscious than playing D&D with my family. Like I did that with my family once and I was like, I am so uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't know if I could do D&D in front of other people because I do get into D&D. For instance, the other day we were playing D&D and I was sitting there explaining to another party member why I did the things that I did during that day and giving a little bit of my backstory essentially and talking about how my family had been killed. And as I was talking about this, my buddy zoned out and then zoned back in right in the middle of the story. And from like the tone and emotion in my voice, he thought I was actually serious and that one of my family members was killed and was like getting ready to go fight someone for me. Like, and I don't know if I can be, you know, that emotional on stream and be okay with it. That's a little much for my anxiety and self-consciousness. I've played tabletop games for... I'm not a war gamer. I don't like dungeon crawls. I prefer the role-playing aspect of it. I do like combat, but I prefer the role-playing aspect of D&D and the like expansive nature of D&D. I've only been playing since 5e, so, and even then it's only been the last like 3.5 years. So yes, Violet, it is your turn. Most likely yes, Trey. Did you get no, we're doing a couple paid for roster reviews first. Okay, next up we need Violet Voidborn. Okay, there's Violet Voidborn. After Violet, then we're jumping right into the overall list. So. Okay. Sorry, I lost something. I must find it. There we go, I found it. Perfect. Okay. Sick. Finishing up the Rex for Balin right now. Interesting farm this early. Please get your Job of the Hutt to Relic 7. Still no Executor. I kind of want to, dude. Get your Executor, bro. Finish up my Seer team for now. I just got Malak unlocked. That's right. You had a whole bunch of little peepees that you're working on. Like you got Shin for your unaligned Force user team initially. And you're building like a unaligned Force user team where you'd have like a different character for each game mode to swap out depending on Omicrons and stuff. Yeah, I recall this. It's been a while since we've looked at your account. Okay, so you have Ben and Kat overinvested, underinvested. We talked about, like, you know, focusing down some of the stuff you already have in your roster instead of going for new things last time, if I recall. You just got Malak unlocked. Very nice. After Balin is done, I will, as well as after that, I'm Reva ready. I will finally push Executor, but I was just wondering where I should go after that. Should I work on my quad main? First things first, Relic 7 your Jabba. Should I farm the 3 GLs I don't have but are close to? When should I finish up C? Who cares? Finish up C when you start struggling with Malgus on defense a lot, or trying to think of any other time you'd use them. Well, yeah, just like if you're seeing JML on defense for some reason, or if you're seeing a lot of Malguses and like a lot of teams where it's like, I just don't have enough teams to take out regular teams, not so much GLs, but regular teams. Then bring him in, start working on him, because, you know, he's your, you know, he's a great end all be all for that. But like if you're trying to get him to fight other GLs, you're going to need to put a lot more investment in it, you know, aka armor, Wat Tambor, getting your Thrawn and your armor speeds to the right spot, all that kind of stuff. So I don't suggest Sith Eternal. Okay. What? Okay, so Relic 7 Jabba. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. Next, I think that Executor is a good idea for you as a big project, but before you go for Executor, I want you to finish Ben Solo and Cat. Finish Ben Solo and Cat. And then after Ben Solo and Cat, go for the Executor. And then after the Executor, I want you to do Hermit Ezra. And you're going to do Bam, then Hermit Ezra. My bad. Bam, then Hermit Ezra. And then I would move on to your next big project, which is going to be, I would go for Leia next. And then... would I suggest a 3-month break right there? Nah, I would probably do that. I would go for Leia and then Leviathan. So I kind of bounce back and forth because, like, yes, you have a Sith Empire, right? Sith Empire is great, but like it's a lot of investment to get it up and running. I want to see the things that are going to give you the most results the fastest. And so like a Relic Captain Rex is warranted. A Relic Zori is warranted because those are instant. You relic them and your team's done. You can throw Datacrons on them. You know, you can get Cat and Ben Solo and you instantly upgrade your GL team, instantly upgrade another team. You know, you have a lot of stuff there that can be utilized, and they're overinvested, underinvested already. So those two are another thing that's like, you know, you get one character done and boom, you're done. I don't want you starting new farms because you've been kind of going around starting new farms constantly this whole time, and I want you to focus down on some stuff and get them done. So, you know, get that Executor done, that type of thing. Now, Hermit Ezra, of course, is vital in this game. And if you're looking for a space to do your Quadme and doing your doing like a Mommy Mando or something along those lines, I would suggest around that Leia mark. So you know, you're finishing your Jabba, you get your Executor, and then you start working towards your Leia. After that, I would start pushing into, like, you know, you can do some new farms and that type of thing. But I wouldn't push into any new places, and especially with the new raid coming, like Quadme is kind of like a, yeah, it's gonna be helpful for the assault battle and all of that, but a lot of Zetas, a lot of relic levels, a lot of Kyro text, and the raid is a big reason why you'd get them up quickly. I think you can wait on them for a while. So yeah, Ezra is the go. You can use it to off meta full banner a Jabba. You can use it to make JML beat basically any GL. You can throw it with Rey and make the most nightmarish Rey team. I hate that team so much. In 3v3, it is literal 7th circle of the place way down below. Like, I despise Rey Ezra in 3v3 so much. Heck yeah, Violet. I also think that, like, you know, getting a mommy Mandalore is gonna be solid, getting you into a good guild kind of thing. So. I mean, Balin is a solid JMK counter, but Bo-Katan gets you into a good guild as well as being a JMK and a Lord Vader counter. I'm always going to take Bo-Katan over Balin. So I would suggest Bo-Katan instead on Xavier. Because literally, if you get into a Mando-ready guild, you'll never worry about Kairos again. I just did 3 characters up to, you know, Cairo level. I'm working on my Quadme team right now. And I still have 600 of one and 570 of the other, I think. Like, I never run out of Chirotechs ever anymore, just because I'm in a Mando-ready guild. So, like, yeah. I much prefer going for Bo over a Balin any day. I've been using Malicos because I just got my Malicos finished and it's been so nice. But yeah, so yeah, just try to avoid starting new farms, Violet, and do a couple things that are close to you for shizzle. How are you getting all the Kairos? Oh, here, let's go to our interactive route map. Okay, so here's our interactive route map. So right here, if we go into whatever planet this is, you have, I think, what is this, Bogano or something? I don't know. You have this mission right here. You get Zepho ready. You're going to get 50 get 2 per person. That's 2,500 get 2 if you get everyone in your guild to do it. So you're going to get a whole bunch of get 2 that you can use to buy Kairos. Then you get up to Zepho. And Zepho will give you 20 of each Cairo just for getting stars in it, and then you're also going to get 3 for getting stars in it as well. And if your guild builds the 501st team, this is another 2,500 get 2. And then you go for Mando ready, and Mando ready right here, you're going to get a whole bunch of get 2 as well, so 2,500 get 2 right there for Mommy Mandalore. And then getting into Mandalore itself, you get 50 of each Cairo from Mandalore itself. So every 2 weeks, you're getting 70 of each Cairo from this, as well as an additional roughly, you know, we'll say you get 2,000 if your guild's, you know, decent and solid, because the modding for these missions is really not too hard for most of them. So we're going to say 2,000 for each. And we're going to assume you're not doing the clone one. So that's an extra 4,000 get 2 that you're getting right there, plus an extra 70 Chirotechs. And so you're already doing a banger job of getting some really good stuff. And so, like, literally on my main account, I have 28,000 get 2 because I don't need the Chirotechs anymore. But I could just sit here and buy these Chirotechs until the cows come home. I just don't need it. So. But yeah, so that's where you get all the Kairos from Rote. Then find a new guild, old man. It's fine to outgrow guilds. You don't need to burn bridges. Happy April 1st to you too, Astro, although it's an hour away from me. Baraka, thank you. I knew it was something to do with Jedi Fallen Order. Okay, so your Sith Eternal's looking a little slow, Violet. I'm kidding. Interesting having an Adrat as your fastest character. Over 300 speed on your Great Mothers. Resistance Hero Finn's looking a little slow. Is it over 10,000? Ooh, I dropped some of the speed out to, yeah, I would switch this to offense mods. Try to get her over the 10,000 damage mark. She just needs to be like around 500 speed. JML, protection. I'd like to see his speed a little faster, but otherwise he's modded well. Jabba's looking pretty schmeckshy. Yeah, looking good. Morgan, Elsbeth, and Shin. 295 on an offense stat, that extra 120 speed is solid. And then, let's see, Morgan, Elsbeth. Your Dark Side Ray is also looking pretty slow. Solid. All health mods. Dang. 24 speed protection mod right there. Yeah, that's solid. But yeah, you have some characters that definitely could use some more speed. Like Bosch Leia needs to be over 300. Jedi Knight Revan needs to be over 300. I'd like to see these two over 300. Same with Dash. So you definitely have some work cut out for you to get some more characters fast. But looks like you're definitely working on it. Your job is 1 speed off from 500. Spend all the crystals you have in your account and try and get it to 500. It's the only solvent for this, Dragon Wolf. Okay. Let's see. We got Loafed next. Is Loafed here? Yeah, no problem. It's been a while looking over your account. Good to see you're kind of like finishing up with your PPs, and you can like, you know, focus down the big things that are going to help your account now. Unlock Jabba today on my main, and he'll be staying Zetaless for a while. Sad. Hopefully you're like putting your next set of Zetas into him. There's Loafed. Working on nothing in particular right now up for suggestions. I'm thinking finishing Executor at C right now. I mean, Executor, yes. I mean, you have a Leviathan already. Dude, get the Jabba. Go straight for Jabba. You have Chrysanthemum, that means you have the Lightspeed bundle. Do you have both Lightspeed bundles? Do you have the Chewie bundle? You didn't buy the Chewie bundle, so it's a little farther away for you, but that still, Jabba's going to be the best thing that could possibly come into your account. Yes, Sith Eternal's a GL, but he's a severely not good GL. Sir Doofalot, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Yeah, Jabba's going to be your next big farm. It's what you need. He's going to be able to help fix your mods, considering you're a Lightspeed bundle account. He's going to be a great defensive GL for you. Like, you have a Leviathan, so I'm not like hugely worried about your Executor right this moment. Jabba and then Executor would be what I would go for. And then just stay in the Rebel Trinity. Yeah, Smuggler's Run 2 is amazing. Okay, let's take a quick look at your mods. About the area you should be, but you are missing that. Okay, I switch out these crit chance mods for health mods. So health is going to build into her lifeblood, and her lifeblood, you know, she loses 25% health. Target light side ally gains bonus protection equal to the amount lost. All other light side allies gain half that amount. And so the more health you have, the more this gives over to her allies. So switch these crit chance mods to health mods, especially because her sudden whirlwind can't critically hit. And on top of that, Heir to the Jedi also can't critically hit. So the only thing that you're able to critically hit with on her character is her basic, and her basic does no damage. It's literally just there for the health steal, essentially, and something to do when your ability blocked. So yeah, I would switch that out to health, and I try to get this damage up over 10,000. Just some 6-dot mods in general. It's going to be helpful for her. Same with this character. You've got some crit chance mods. Offense mods I don't think are necessarily bad. I prefer the speed mods, as do most people. It's just you're going to get way more turns and way more value out of the character with speed mods. But at least get rid of the crit chance mods, because he always critically hits. And the only times he doesn't critically hit is if he's going up against characters that you can't critically hit against, so crit chance doesn't matter anyway. So swap out those crit chance mods for some health mods or something of that sort. Let's see. 362. I love seeing a fast Ezra Bridger. I'd like to see your first order officer faster than your Hux, but it's less important now that you have Darkside Ray. I would also like to see your Darkside Ray come up to Relic 5. Your Jedi Knight Revan's Gear 12, but I wouldn't say I'd really worry about it until you start actually going for Jabba and you get your like Jedi Knight Luke. Then I'd Relic Jedi Knight Revan, so that way you have a really solid Jedi team going. It looks like you're working on your echelon. Make sure you finish it. Your ships in general just look like they could use some work. You have a Leviathan, but your off meta is looking pretty shabby, and could definitely use some work. Like you don't even have a TIE fighter, things like that. You know, you definitely have some work to do with ships. And so ships and mods, they're the two biggest things that are problematic in Lightspeed bundles. Obviously, ships, there's not really any way to make it go faster, but for mods, Jabba. So it's your next farm for a reason. Tyler Cox. Okay, so the thing that I'm noticing most about this account is that it's an account. Now, what would I say about this account? This account has characters, and these characters need to be leveled. And as you're leveling characters, you need to pay attention to upping their stats rather well. Does that make sense? Anyways, finishing Phoenix, then JKR free to play gifted Revan bundle. This is my alt account. I know it's too early, but I'm farming JKSDK for Zepho. Such a wild and weird farm. Relic your Revans first. My alt is in the same guild as my main for tickets. Also getting to Executor. Bam is almost done. Razor Crest is still about only halfway done. Just wondering what I should lean into first. Also thinking about new raid teams and Omicrons I should be looking towards. As I said to Lumar, save up. We don't really know what we can really push for. If you want to be safe, start pushing for the new Bad Batch. But there's going to be some kind of free-to-play team, just like there was for Naboo. There'll be a couple free-to-play teams to push for. We don't know what they're going to be yet because they haven't told us anything. And so if you want to be safe, you can push for Bad Batch shards. But otherwise, just grab gear and kind of wait it out until they announce what they're going to do. Finish your Revans, then go for Executor. It's not a bad thing to do. Revan rush accounts are great, but the one downfall of them is ships. And so if you're looking at getting Executor, then you're fulfilling that little hole right there. The big problem is the Old Republic doesn't really lead anywhere else, and so you're gonna have to find a new place. I do highly suggest going into the Rebel Trinity. Weirdly enough, I'm going to suggest JML first, just because you're getting JKSDK and you have Jedi Knight Revan, but Jabba's usually the best first DL, so. Switch this to offense mods. Captain Rex. Get your Captain Rex faster. Yeah, Noah. You probably won't get one today because I'm running out of time. I apologize. But if you go to the Discord, it's the best way to get a roster review. And for those of you who don't get a roster review today, there's a section called Channels and Roles. And if you go to the Channels and Roles section and scroll down to the bottom, you can click right here and you'll be pinged every time I go live for a roster review. And you click it again to get rid of it. If you ever get your roster review and you're like, I don't want to be pinged anymore, you just go click that button again and it'll get rid of the role and you'll never be pinged again. Of course, any gifted memberships or any donations of $5 or more will give you a priority roster review and put you at the top of the list. For today, we're doing any gifted memberships, even just a singular gifted membership, because we're trying to push as many gifted membership as possible. How many more RRs are you doing tonight? Probably 3. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, Tyler, this is a little weird having Hera faster than Captain Rex. I'm going to make a video about this. I feel like I'm seeing this too often. I'm going to make a video. Is this just the suggested? I don't know how to check suggested. It's been so long since I've just used the suggested for a character. Is that why people do this? Is because it's the suggested? Or is this like just GAC? Like this is a SWO.GG problem. Speed and crit chance. Yeah, so it's speed is the suggested set. Let's take a look at swigo.gg. Units. We're going to go for Qui-Gon. Let's see what people are doing. Yeah, that's why. Interesting. Yeah, we're going to do a yeah, we're going to do a video about this. Yeah, there's a reason there's 20% of people doing offense. We're going to do a video about that. Okay. So... Jedi allies have plus 30 speed and gain offense equal to 3 times their speed. Cool. That would make sense to give Qui-Gon speed. Except if you read the Omicron, at the start of the battle, and all allies are Jedi, all other allies, besides Qui-Gon, instead gain offense equal to 30 times their speed. Doubled while they have foresight. And then when Qui-Gon Jinn is defeated, all allies recover health and protection and gain 400% of Qui-Gon's offense. And so overall, a fast Qui-Gon with offense mods is going to be better than putting speed into him because he doesn't get the 30 times increase. Instead, he's giving his offense over to his allies. So the more offense that you can push into Qui-Gon, the harder they're going to hit after he dies. So pushing offense versus speed. Speed is kind of a remnant of old how he used to work kind of stuff.
Hello there.
Welcome to the Beaver Dam, Mystic Chaos. So did I do it right? No, you did not. You have your Anakin modded really fast, which is good because he gets offense equal to 30 times the speed. But you two have speed mods, which makes sense because swigo.gg suggests this. It's like the same thing with a you have speed mods. It's the same thing with a CLS. It hurts my soul. Let's see if we fixed it at all. Because we did do a push to try and get this fixed. Swigo.gg. We made a video about this, and it was one of my more popular videos that I've ever done that's not like a guide to an event. Best mods. Okay, offense and tenacity. Gosh dang it, still crit damage. Erodium, wake up. It is not crit damage. Guys, it's not crit damage. I'm begging you, it's not crit damage. Do not do crit damage on this guy. Oh, gosh. At least Kyber's correct. Offense for Qui-Gon, speed for Anakin, yes. Hey, River, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, we're going to make a video about it. I just dropped my thing that I've been fiddling with. Be proud of me. I have HP and offense. I'm proud of you, Lumar. Crit damage is literally the most useless. It doesn't get passed around. Exactly what the heck. But CLS is one of the first characters that most people get. And so that is before most people know how to mod characters. And so they will just auto mod it. And the auto mod is set up because it was before 3POC was in the game, and so there was no sharing of stats, and so crit damage made sense because he was an attacker, but now it doesn't make sense all this time later. And so you know, there's still a lot of people that just hit the auto assign when they first started playing, and they've never gone back to fix it. And when they do go back to fix it, they don't check to see if they still have the right mod set. They just go, oh, it crit damage, well, these are crap crit damage mods from when I first started, let's up them to better crit damage mods. So it's problematic. Doing great, Yoder. How are you? Yes, this game has been around for 9 years. Okay, let's crank out a couple more roster reviews because I don't have a lot of time. I got time for like 2 more. We wasted a lot of time today. We'll try to get a stream in tomorrow to do more roster reviews, because I suddenly have tomorrow off work and I wasn't expecting that, because I usually work Tuesdays, but they were like, oh yeah, you know, we need you on Friday this week, so we're gonna have you work Tuesday, or not work Tuesday. And it's like, oh, okay, come on, there we go. Grieving with an Oreo McFlurry? Why are you grieving, and why with an Oreo McFlurry? Why he's insisting crit damage is better than offense for Starkiller? There's nothing specifically in his kit that's gonna affect that. I think either way, you're pretty much good. Like, there's certain characters where one or the other is better, and it's a lifelong thing of which is better overall. Because, like, crit damage, you're going to scale more rapidly, and you're going to deal more damage overall, but that's only if you're critting every time. I personally go offense health is what you want to push into him, because then his pull it out of the sky deals as much damage as possible. I see some people who mod him for just health, and that, don't do that. You get one pull it out of the sky, and yes, it deals damage equal to his max health, but he gets one pull it out of the sky, just one. And so if you're just, you know, chancing on the fact that you're gonna have enough damage from that one attack, you're not playing your character right. So it will become 10 years old in November, Astro. So it's still technically 9 years old. Finish Revan's first. That is a great question, Ramon. I want you to go look up Rabid Beaver mods, and there is an entire video where I go over all of that, and it'll help you out a ton. Hold on, I think we have the wrong one. Draken is next. Is Draken here? There's Draken. Okay. Draken, you didn't tell me anything about your roster. It's garbage. I'm moving on. No, I'm kidding. You bought the Lightspeed bundles for Jabba. Go finish Jabba. You have the stuff for Rebels. Go finish Jabba. Yeah, like, get your Dr. Aphra to Relic 7. Get yourself an Old Ben. Oh, I mean, you have the Old Ben, so yeah, you're good with the Old Ben. So yeah, you're solid. You have a Hondo solo. You have a solo. You have a Captain Rex. You have your Phoenix. Yeah, you're gonna finish your Aphra up to Relic 7. You're gonna go for Jabba. Your ships, obviously, you're gonna try to push Executor as soon as you can. It's gonna be a long-term farm. I don't know how long, how close you are to Razor Crest, but definitely something should be on your list. Lork Avery, I believe you're next. I'm pretty sure you're next. No, you were not in front of Draken. I don't believe Parallel Bradley. Yeah. Parallel Bradley, you are 3 away on my screen because everyone spammed at the same time, and so it came in a different order than what you see on your screen. Where is my how to beat tier 1 of Dr. Afra video? I'll test it tomorrow. Either that or Wednesday, and I'll have it out by the end of the week. I hate that. I hate that event so much, but I do have hot utils, and I can go test on it. I'll go through some testing while I watch the end of Severance. They'll release Cup today, right? Yeah, supposedly. That's the neat part, you don't. Okay, so yeah, I don't have anything about this account, but that is exactly what I would suggest for an account like this. You just need to get Java as soon as you can, and push into getting your first GL, and then after that, it's your first GL ship is the big thing. Now, that that being said, I don't know where your Razor Crest is. You need to be making sure you pick up Razor Crest shards from the Fleet Arena shop as often as you can. You're also going to want to try and bloat your GP as much as you can. You're currently at 3 million. You want to get up to 4 million as soon as you get to Java. So as soon as you get Java, start bloating your GP. That means throwing mods on your people that are ship pilots. But yeah, if you're not close to Executor after Java, go for JML and then circle back around to Executor. But either way, Executor needs to be in your roster sooner rather than later and should be a side focus to make sure you're working on the ships, make sure you're working on all that kind of stuff. So I mean, you've already won the battle by trying to flex with Cup in the first place, Blitzy. What the heck? We start with a new list every single stream, so you have to throw your name in each time. Otherwise, you're not going to get a roster review. So we start with a fresh list each time because I'm not going to be doing roster reviews for people who aren't here. And then, you know, they're like, wait, I didn't get my roster review. I'm like, I did it 3 weeks ago, but you weren't here for that stream. So we start with a new list every single time. You're gonna wait for finalizer bundle re-releases? That's fine. I mean, you have the time because you're going for Java. You have the time to wait for the finalizer re-releases. And honestly, as I said, I think we're gonna get re-releases of Lightspeed bundles in the next 6 weeks. Keep an eye out. Get your money ready. Start saving money. Start eating ramen. The next 6 weeks are gonna be Lightspeed bundle times. So we're gonna get some reruns, and we're also gonna get some new Lightspeed bundles in the next 6 weeks. So keep an eye out. We are coming up on May the 4th. And that always means Lightspeed bundles, or at least it did last year, so. Do you not have any Lightspeed bundles yet, Noah? Yeah, we'll probably get some solid Lightspeed bundles coming in very soon. Can you check your mods? Yeah, I can check your mods. I mean, that's a really fast Anakin. I'd rather you actually drop his speed a bit, switch to offense mods. And you also don't have a full stay here. So, like, switch this to, like, crit chance or, you know, over to health. Afra's over 300 speed. Honestly, that potency mod on Jen and Anakin. I guess it's that tenacity cross. You don't want speed on CLS. I don't know what. Yeah, you do have a 3-pock in here. So yeah, you don't want speed on CLS. So make sure basically that you're farming mods, of course, but then also make sure you're using Swago.gg. It's your best friend for knowing what mods go on what characters. CLS, if you go and look at 3PO and Chewie, If allied leader is CLS, we're just going to say CLS, because that's who you use this with every time. 3PO and Chewie gains 40% of the leader's max protection, max health, offense. Let's see if I can remember all of them. Offense, defense, potency, and tenacity. Those are the sticks, right? Yep. It's all opposites of each other. And so you want to mod this character for these things. Typically, you'll do offense and tenacity, because with CLS's Zetas, whenever you resist debuff, you gain turn meter on the team. And so you usually do offense, tenacity as your two things. But like, you know, you're going to want to focus down any of those stats to be able to make it shine on CLS. So he doesn't share speed, but he does share those other things. And so switching this to an offense set is going to be solid. But Swago.gg is your best friend. It looks like you're getting some decent speed mods. Like you have some fast characters, especially for a Lightspeed Bundle account that looks fairly new. I think this is some decent speeds. Like Anakin has a ton of speed on him, and that's great. But, you know, I'd like to see some more like modding for what the character is versus just trying to get speed into the character. That makes sense. Like General Kenobi does not need to be this fast. Like I rather see him just have all health mods. This might be you trying to do the gas event though. So where's the Balin event? The Balin event only comes around every so often because it's the newest event. Whenever there's a new event, it takes a full year before it's permanently in the journey guide. Sounds good, Dark Dragon Wolf. We're just doing one more roster review after this anyways, so. Heck yeah, Noah. That's what I like to hear. Very nice, Astro. Hey, Jan. How you doing, my friend? Does it ever not snow in Alaska? Yeah. There's 3 months of straight sunlight where you get, you know, you don't get 24 hours of sunlight during the whole summer, but like you get a solid 2 weeks of 24-hour sunlight where the sun doesn't go up and down in the sky. It goes around you in a circle. It's really funky. And so like it'll be 2 in the morning and it'll still look like it's noon. So like you'll wake up at 2 in the morning and you won't feel tired at all because your windows are open, and then you're like, oh yeah, it's time to wake up, and then you look at your clock and you're like, oh, never mind, it's not, but my body's no longer tired. So at one point I went on a camp out with a brother of mine who was not from Alaska, and we woke him up at 2 in the morning and convinced him that it was breakfast time and got him to walk a mile. It was quite entertaining. So yes, there are times when Alaska doesn't have snow. In fact, there was one winter that we didn't have snow at all growing up, and that was because it dropped in temperature so fast going into winter that it got too cold for snow and stayed that way the entire winter. It was a miserable winter with so much wind. And that was the year that I was in elementary school, and it was below -20. And so instead of canceling recess, they showed us a video called Surviving Recess at -20. And then we went out and went into recess at -20. Yes, that's the one, Noah. Still relevant. Yep. Still relevant. Yeah, too cold for snow. Yeah, because snow can only form when you're around the area of freezing. And so if you're around the area of freezing, like 32 degrees, then it'll snow. And so like in long periods where it doesn't snow, typically it's too cold for it to snow. And so it'll just, you know, not be able to snow at all. So anything under freezing, under like, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like under 10 degrees of freezing, and you're never going to get snow because it's just too cold for snow to form. Exactly. Yeah, there's no water evaporating. The sun's not evaporating any water. It can't refreeze to come down. Nothing's going to happen. You're just not going to get any snow. Also, Alaska is a desert. Technically, its humidity is so low that there's no water in the air. So that's why we have tundra up there, where we have vast swaths of area where it's just flat for miles upon miles, and it has a permafrost layer underneath. It's because there's such low humidity. It is a desert. So. Never had that happen, Trey, but because of the way that thermodynamics work, apparently, you can throw a boiling pot of water up in the air and it will freeze before it hits the ground in certain areas in Alaska, or if it gets too cold. It can happen anywhere, technically, if it gets cold enough. But that used to be a fun pastime in like during swim trips and that type of thing, is you'd boil a pot of water and go throw it outside just for fun, take a video. Where I grew up, there's a ton of wind, like 80 to 110 mile an hour wind gust kind of wind. And so like we wouldn't have snow days because we all have, studded tires. We all know how to drive in the winter. We didn't have snow days. We would have wind and black ice days where it was unsafe to drive on the roads because you drive on the roads and then be blown off by the wind because the black ice is so slick, plus the wind going at you. And so you just lose control of your car constantly. And you'd be able to lean into the wind and it would keep you aloft and then push you over. Like the wind there was absolutely wild. Oh yeah, it's so much fun, Noah. My mom used to get so upset at me because I'd wear shorts every day to school. I mean, during the summer, it's perpetually 70 degrees. I don't know what that would be in Celsius, but it's perpetually 70 degrees, which is, whatever room temperature is. Essentially, it is room temperature everywhere in Alaska for 3 months straight. Unless it's raining, it's perpetually 70 degrees because the sun's always up. So. Hey, AR, welcome, my friend. Also, because of the 24-hour sunlight, you get really, really large plants, and like really good soil. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Yeah. So like you'd get like 6 foot across pumpkins and things like this because you get 24 hours of sunlight with really good soil. And so you get these massive vegetables. And like it was really good. So the town that I lived in was actually, it was populated during the Great Depression as part of the New Deal plan to resettle farmers in places that were fertile to get the economy restarted. And so yeah, that's how that town started. Yes, Trey. Sounds good. What the heck? You have a great morning, I guess. I should probably get to sleep myself. Okay, I did promise that I do 2 more. So let's do, I don't remember who this is, but they messaged in chat. Lorik. It's Lorik. Lorik, I was wondering what I should do to work on after I get Leviathan and Cal. Are you talking about JK? I would assume so. It'd be weird if you're just farming baby Cal, although I did that because, I wanted a good Ray team and a good Starkiller team. Should I fine-tune some things? Well, let's take a look at your roster. Okay, you have that. You're going to have 3 GL ships. Rebel Trinity-wise, you're missing Leia. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, gosh. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you got some stuff to fix. You got some stuff to fix, my friend. Finn Zori team. Bam. Bam would be the first thing that I work on. Marin, Darth Nihilus, the Armorer, because you have his Sith Eternal, the Finn Zeta, and, you know, a Zeta on Zori is all you need to get that team going, even with a 4-star Zori, which I think is what I saw in your roster. You have a lot of characters that are like this, where they're like only at Relic 2. You know, like I saw the Dark Side Bastila at Relic 3. So I'd like to see a couple more Relic levels on those characters. I think overall, like a 6-month break and farming up some of the stuff that's like partially done in your roster is going to be great for you. I wouldn't even say 6 months. I don't think it's going to take you that long. A month and a half break. And then honestly, I would go for value pieces in a roster like this. Like you could go for your next big project if you really wanted to. You could, you know, grab your Leia and that type of thing. But you're in a good spot for a roster like this. I think value pieces is what I'd go for. So get a Mommy Mandalore and fight your way into a Mommy Mandalore guild. You know, make sure you have your assault battles done, that type of thing. I think that's going to be the most beneficial thing you could do for a roster like this. Set yourself up so you can farm whatever you want in the future. Well, most people have about 6 months of work, but this guy doesn't. Like, he can, yes, finish your Geonosian Brood Alpha for your Sith Eternal. Your Nihilus is 1 gear away. Armor is pretty close. Like, he has 3 GL ships coming up. He has a lot of GLs. He's not going to be, like, hard strung to get materials necessarily. He has a lot in the game. Marin and Bam, that's about it. Down here, like, I like to see the Zori, sure, but like there's not a lot down here that's like, oh my gosh, you don't have this up. It's a fairly well done account. There's only a couple characters to do, whereas a lot of these rosters, when I'm looking at, you know, you're taking a 3 to 6 month break, they have multiple factions that are undone. They have you know, multiple characters that are undone, but they have the rest of the team done. There's a ton there to the fix, whereas this one, it has a significantly less. And so yeah, I would focus down your Bam first. I'd like to see a Finn Zori team in here. I'd like to see you finish some of these things, and then I'd love to see a Mommy Mando in here. So I think that's kind of the big thing, is value pieces more than going for your next big project. Value pieces is going to be what you're looking for. Okay, Bosch Leia, little slow. I'd like to see a 330 Bosch Leia. Jedi Knight Revan solid. Resistance Zero Finn, when you're making that Finn Zori team, needs to come up 330. Looks like overall your mods look pretty good. You know who should be fast in general. Where's your... That's a problem right there. Dude, you get your Rex up. This is painful. Rex is your turn meter person. He's the person that can get the gas team started at the beginning of the battle. He has a ton of extra speed built into him. Get him as fast as you can, and then he'll push turn meter to start, and you can get your whole team to take a turn before the enemy. So your Rex is looking slow. So it looks like there's a couple characters here or there, Step and Sister, that are like a little bit neglected, but overall it looks like you have a pretty good idea of who should be fast. Let's take a quick look at your DLs. Health. A little slow for Sith Eternal. We usually like to see about 500 speed, but I do appreciate all the help. Same with this character. You're looking a little slow on your GLs. Like, the top of your roster is looking pretty good for characters, but your GLs are looking just a hair slow. 500 speed, you're shooting for 550 typically. So, you know, again, a little on the slower side. Rey, she's easy to mod. 500 speed, 10,000 damage. You're missing your damage, especially at Relic 8. Is this all health? Is that what you did? Swap at least one of these to her offense. You need to get her over her 10,000 damage mark. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong type of damage. Never mind. You're right here. I would swap one of these to offense. Don't swap more than one, but swap one to offense. That should give you the damage that you need. Or find a mod that just has better secondary offense. Because a Relic 8 and still being under 10,000 damage, that's rough, dude. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's also looking a little slow. Offense instead of offense crit damage. A little iffy. Your JMK is looking good though. I don't know. Resistance Zero Finn, yeah, about 330. The closer you can get to 330, the better. My general rule of thumb is wherever your Piet is, match it with your Resistance Zero Finn. So if you have a 310 speed Piet, match it with a 310 speed Resistance Zero Finn. What should SLKR be at? So SLKR should typically be anything above 540 is where you're in like the good range, but above 570 is gold. And so 540, 570, I'm not gonna like yell at you for your mods, and I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But it's just gonna be like, it could be improved. And so if you can get them over 570, great, but 540 to 570 is kind of like the starting sweet spot. It's the same thing with like with JML. If you're between 500 and 550, I'm kind of like, okay, you're doing solid, but you could definitely use some work. But if you're like within that, like, 530 to 550, that's the sweet spot where it's like, okay, I am happy with this JML. And so, we kind of have like a lower threshold of like, okay, the beginning mods, and then we have like the end game. Okay, this is where it should be. Good manic Monday. I mean, it's only Monday for another 17 minutes, so. Hello, you doing... I don't even know what that is. DePonch. Let's see. It looks like your ships are looking pretty good. You're not abusing your ships too much. I'd like to see the Star Fortress done, and I'd like to see the Echelon finished. You're obviously working on your punishing one, but it looks like you're putting work into your fleets, and that's good. So yeah, mods are kind of the thing that I'm looking at, and yeah, just value pieces. Do some cleanup, do some value pieces. Okay. Well, that's it for me for today. I have some stuff to get done before I have to go to bed anyways, and I am already exhausted and want to go to bed, so I need to go get those done. Thank you guys so much for being here, and a big thank you to anyone who contributed to the Beaver Dam today. You guys are amazing. Keep the lights on here. And a big shout out to anyone that gifted memberships today. We are shooting for as many emojis for our members as we can this month. We are already up to, I think, 4. We're going to shoot for 2 more emojis, and I believe that's 100 more members. And so that is our goal right now, is to get 100 more members. And we made some solid steps in that direction with 5 new members today. Big shout out to those 5 new members. And if you're a new member, make sure you go to the Discord, go to your user settings, connections, and connect your YouTube or your Twitch to your Discord, whichever you have your membership through, and you'll get the role, so that way you never miss out on any of the fun content we're doing. We are going to be doing an Andor watch party for members only starting this Friday, so keep an eye out for that, and it'll be with my damn brother. My brother is a film major and is a big nerd about behind the scenes stuff, so it's going to be a fun time kind of discussing the show as we watch through the first season, preparing for the second season. Also, big shout out to our damn sugar daddy, Felipe. He literally immediately made us hit our goal for this month for members, and I appreciate him for that, and we had to reevaluate and add on some more goals. You are amazing, Felipe, and big shout out to our damn best members, current and former. They always have a home on our end screen. I'm tired. Let's go see if there's anyone to raid. It's midnight on a Monday. I really doubt there's anyone out there to raid. Let's go see if there's anyone to raid.
Do it. Roger, roger.
This is like the deadest part of Swigo. Yeah, there's no one live on YouTube. What about on Twitch? Is there anyone on Twitch? There is a singular person. He looks like he's looking at quesadilla pictures, but he's in the Swigo category and he only speaks Spanish. So we're gonna raid him just for fun. Okay, and then over on YouTube, I don't know, it's a minute away from this, so let's do this real quick. There we go. Okay, we found a place for YouTube to raid as well, and I figure it'll be a good place considering tomorrow is April Fool's Day. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see each and every one of you in the next video. Thank you for giving a damn.